Communities in Pennsylvania preparing for potential ICE operations after large-scale protests in Minnesota over the agency's operations in that state. State lawmakers here in Pennsylvania also considering whether to try and restrict ICE operations in the Commonwealth. Fox 43's James Corrigan spoke with lawmakers today about those efforts and whether they would make the state more or less safe.
As the debate rages on nationally over the role of ICE and federal immigration enforcement, Pennsylvania Democratic lawmakers are calling for restrictions on state and local cooperation with Homeland Security agencies.
We're still on the edge of our seats with what ICE might do.
Democratic State Representative Nikki Rivera is concerned after Governor Shapiro on Tuesday mentioned Lancaster as a possible future target for ICE operations.
I have schools and hospitals and all sorts of constituents often asking if I've seen any activity, so it's nerve-wracking, and the fear is there.
Rivera says she supports bills and resolutions put forward by her colleagues, a push revived this week following the recent shooting deaths of 2 Minnesota residents by federal law enforcement. Those bills include forcing ICE agents to unmask, requiring school districts to implement safety procedures, and prohibiting local law enforcement resources from going to ICE. Republicans like House Minority Leader Jesse Topper are pushing back, saying that restricting any law enforcement would make Pennsylvanians less safe.
The idea that we're going to single out groups of law enforcement and say that there won't be cooperation, that's a bad move. It leads to the kind of chaos that Pennsylvanians don't want.
With more resolutions and bills trying to restrict ICE set to be introduced in the coming weeks, the political debate will continue in Harrisburg over whether reforms are necessary in the first place or if they can make any impact in protecting vulnerable communities.
We don't see what's going on in Minnesota happening in Pennsylvania right now, and I continue to support our law enforcement at every level to uphold the law, and that's what we need to do.
The confidence in our federal government and the ineptitude that we're living with has got to be addressed, and Pennsylvania is going to address it the way it needs to be done.
Now, I spoke earlier with House Majority Leader Matt Bradford, who told me he will look into whether the proposals coming from his caucus are feasible. Governor Shapiro has made some forceful statements in the last several days as well, condemning ICE's actions in Minnesota, but they will all have to wait to see if the agency will make its way to Pennsylvania in the near future. James Corrigan, Fox 43 News.